Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Shades in a brand new video today. Yes, we're going to talk about a lot of Chelsea gossip and news that's coming up in this transfer window. Watch till the end as we talk about Tomori, Upamecano from Leipzig, Avram Grant back at Chelsea, and the FA Cup tie. So here we go. So these guys, we're going to start with one of my favorite players at Chelsea. Yes, it's none other than Tomori, one of my favorite players. I expected big things from Tomori. What has happened is he's going to be on loan to a club. At this moment, we are talking about AC Milan. Most likely, I'm not sure why AC Milan, because they already have some really good defenders. But there's a very good chance that he will be moving to some club. I expect him to go to somewhere in the Premier League. One of the clubs, anywhere, Burnley, Brighton, Leeds, Newcastle, Everton. But we don't know at this moment where he is going to go. Most likely it's talked about AC Milan. Now the question right now is, will he get playing time over there? Now, both Mason Mount and Tomori started together under Frank at Derby, but where Mason has skyrocketed, being a regular, on the other side you see Tomori has just gone down his game time at Chelsea. So he's right to make a move. So it's disheartening from a Chelsea point of view. From my point of view, I really like the guy. I really think he could be a top defender for Chelsea, a lot like Marcel Desailly. But at this moment, as long as Frank is there, he is not going to get much of a chance. So he's moving out. Most likely he's going to move out. So let's move on to the next defender. Upamecano has been talked about. He's from Leipzig. And a lot of clubs, including Man Utd and Arsenal, along with Chelsea, have been talked about that they might look for him maybe in the summer at about £40 million. At this moment, I think it's all gossip. For Chelsea, it's just a bait to get Nagelsmann to Chelsea, because Chelsea has been big admirers of Nagelsmann. And if you look at it, if Frank is getting the sack, Nagelsmann is one of the front runners to come to Stamford Bridge. Obviously, Timo Werner used to play under him at Leipzig. We got Kai at Chelsea, who is one of the most promising German lads. And Nagelsmann, being a young German manager, will love to work with someone like, Havertz. So it makes a lot of sense to bring on, Nagelsmann. And that's the reason, I guess, Upamecano is sort of a bait for Nagelsmann to come to Chelsea. So would it really happen or not? I'm not sure. But I think it's more gossip. I don't think we need him. At the end of the day, if you have Malang Sarr, Muyamba, who have just joined this last summer, we already have players like Tomori, Ampadu, we got obviously Zuma, and all these guys. Where will all these guys go, right? And if a new manager comes in, it will be a completely different thing altogether. So, but we better watch this story. You never know what can happen at Chelsea. We are always a buying club. We are buying players. Sometimes we buy too many players. And at this moment, if you can see, you get just such a big squad. So many players just don't play. Alonso is not even playing a match. So like that. Let's move on to the next one. FA Cup tie. Yes, their news has come up. I got the news over here. Chelsea is going to play Luton Town. Interesting. 23rd of January, or around about the third week of January, the matches. That is after this coming weekend. Chelsea is going to play the fourth round. And if we win that, we're going to have a fifth round, most likely against Norwich. Or it could also be Barnsley. Now, Barnsley as number 9th in the championship. Norwich is at the group league leaders at the championship. Most likely they're going to come up next season. So it will be quite some interesting ties out there. But obviously, fourth round first, we have to beat Luton Town. And I think it's really an interesting match. So that match, the fifth round, will be in the second week of February. But the fourth round will be on 23rd Jan weekend. Very interesting game for the FA Cup is the match of the Reds. It's Liverpool versus Manchester United. It's a very tasty affair. Nothing to do with Chelsea, but obviously Man United is number 1 right now in the Premier League. Liverpool number 2. So it's two of the most successful clubs in the English football going head-to-head in the FA Cup, which is the oldest cup trophy in the world. So it's quite something. Maybe it's the fourth round, not the final, but still something to talk about. Another important tie in the fourth round of the FA Cup would be Southampton versus, most likely Southampton versus Arsenal. That'll be a good match. Arsenal are the defending champions, and Southampton is playing really well, so it could be an upset. I really believe Southampton can beat Arsenal. So that is an interesting match for the FA Cup. Now let's move on to the final topic of the day. Yes, you heard it, Avram Grant coming back. Will it actually happen? I think it's a lot of gossip. I really don't think Avram Grant coming back to Chelsea. But you never know. Avram Grant was officially is still the most successful Chelsea manager. Has taken Chelsea to Chelsea's first Champions League final, 2008 Moscow. I remember that final. I really wanted, with the way we played that match, we should have won that against Manchester United. Didn't happen. But he has been good. But he's not an exceptional manager to take Chelsea into the next level. But I understand if Roman brings him, why he will bring in. I mean, if you remember, when Avram Grant was brought to Chelsea, that was Jose Mourinho's third season, for the first time that he came in, back in 2007, when he was there. So Jose Mourinho won 2 titles with Chelsea, 2005 and 2006. 2007, there were some issues in the dressing room. We finished second that season, and that is the time when Avram Grant came in. And the season after that, Mourinho got the sack, and Avram took over as the interim manager. So he has been managers with other Premier League clubs, West Ham, Portsmouth, if I'm not wrong. It will be interesting. It's been almost 12 years from that time if he comes in. Now, the reason why he comes in, he can keep an eye on what Frank does. There will be a pressure on Frank. Obviously, Frank played under him for a limited period of time. Second thing, in case the next few matches, we play Fulham. I'm going to make a video on that in the next couple of days. Fulham, Leicester, Wolves, Burnley. These matches, if we don't get many points, then the Chelsea ownership might just go ahead and sack Frank. And for the interim thing, they might just go ahead and bring Avram and take it till the end of the season. I'm not sure we're going to get into the top 4, because we have to make it to the top 4 by any means, you know. If you remember when Avram took it back 12 years ago, when he was the interim manager 12 years ago, when Mourinho was sacked, things were different. Mourinho has already put a base on the football team. He already has created that winning mentality in the team. We had some great players, Carvalho, Drogba, William Gallas, John Terry, Frank Lampard, just to name a few. So, but our winning mentality was already there. So for Avram Grant, it was not a tough thing to do. You know, just bring on in. That's it. But this is a young Chelsea team. Obviously, is a lot at stake. They're very promising lads. They will do much better. But they're still very young. So if you sack Frank and you don't bring a promising manager like Tuchel, it doesn't really make sense to bring Avram Grant right now. I don't think he's going to do much better than what Frank is doing right now. So, anyways, maybe Roman has some ideas which we don't make out. But I'm pretty sure this few matches will be critical. Frank will be furious, but he has just had himself to, really go ahead and blame. So, anyways, I leave it at that. You guys let me know about this news, or what you think is really going to happen. Will Avram really come in? Do you think Tomori is going to Milan or some other club? And do you think about Upamecano? Let me know about the FA Cup tie. I'd love to hear from you guys. So as always, keep it coming in the comment section. I sign off right now. See you guys. Bye-bye.